What I'd kind of like to go over in this video is when I first got into this, I kind of got led into it by finding gasifier stoves, and it led me into bug out bag and being prepared, stuff like that. And these stoves really intrigued me, and I really thought that I could make one. And to be honest, after watching all the videos out there, I thought I could make one better. And this is my actual third attempt. Not this exact same design. I tried my other designs and then went really back to Hiram Cook's channel on YouTube, because his just made the most sense. And I took his video, which tells you to go get you a new paint can at Lowe's or Home Depot and use Progressive Soup Can Enter, and I started researching those, and there was just an abundance of people just kind of hating on them because they were saying, it's an inferior material, they're going to burn up, they're not going to last. And I got to thinking, a bug out bag is only supposed to last 72 plus hours in my case, so up to a week, as short as a day. I mean, so I had this thing about materials. I wanted to make one because I thought they were cool, so I went ahead and made this, and I used it several times, and then I got to wondering, it's like, how much can it burn? How much could it truly burn? And so I'll be honest, I just started burning it. Every time at night I'd be back here tinkering with something in the shop, I'd fill it up with some wood and set it over there and set it on fire, just to see how long it would burn. Well, it didn't take a long time before my 3 acres ran out of twigs. It just didn't happen. I started even batoning little chunks of 2x4s and stuff, and then finally I went to Tractor Supply and bought a 40-pound bag of hardwood premium wood pellets. Now, if you don't know what a wood pellet is, it's just basically, best I can tell, sawdust that's been ground up and then pressed back together in what kind of looks like what you'd buy for a pet rabbit or something. I don't know. But that's all it is, just compressed wood shavings or grindings, whatever, what have you. And I simply bought these so I could carry on the test, so I could keep burning it at will whenever I got ready to. I actually fell in love with these things. You get a 40-pound bag of these for, I believe it's $4.99 at Tractor Supply. They last a long time, unlike canned fuels that are very expensive. These are cheap. Some fuels will go stale on you, these don't. I live in the South, high humidity. I just leave the bag open. The humidity doesn't seem to affect them at all. But back to the stove, I wanted to see how long it would burn with a Progressive soup can and a paint can. Now, I'm not going to show you how to make this. If you want to know how to make it, look up Hiram Cook on YouTube. He'll tell you all about any stove you want to know that I know exists, and he'll show you how to make this stove. I'm going to try to keep this kind of short. Now, a lot of people may say, well, it's burned 40 pounds. Well, this is not my first bag. This is actually my third bag. I went through a 40-pound bag of hardwood chips, and in my area it's seasonal. I went back to get another one. They were out for the season, so I bought horse bedding, which looks the same. According to ingredients, it's made out of the same thing, and if you ask anybody, they'll tell you can use it, it won't burn. Well, it burns quite well. It does burn a little dirtier, the horse bedding does, and I believe it's either $1 less or $1 more. But anyway, then when I ran out of that, I bought this one. So I've run 3 40-pound bags through there, so it's 40, 80, 120. This stove has ran 120 pounds plus fuel through it, because there's no way to measure how much I put in before I bought this. I take it with me all the time, I don't weigh what I put in it when I go camping, and it goes with me almost every time I leave the house because I really, really like it. So as far as the longevity of a paint can gasifier and does it work, I think it's obvious it does work quite well. There's no smoke, there's fire, so there's heat. And anybody hating on it that says it's just not going to last, well, in my opinion, that's just not true, because how long do you need it to last in an emergency situation? I mean, this thing holds less than half a pound of fuel. If you got 40 pounds worth of fuel, you've probably got at least 120 burns out of this, out of just one bag. So if you were to have one bag of this stashed and one of these for an emergency, even if you were bugging in, dollar for dollar, I mean, Coleman fuel, nothing's going to come close to it. It burns clean. When this is done burning, you'll be lucky if you'll have a teaspoon, actually, of ash left. Definitely wouldn't fill up a tablespoon. But, you know, basically all I'm trying to say is the gasifier, paint can gasifier, use Hiram Cook's directions, and it works really good. I do pin mine here at the bottom, one on either side. He pins his at the top. 6 one, half a dozen of another. You can do what you want to do. But as far as the materials it's made out of, you know, the outer can about $2. Eat the soup, so it's negotiable whether it costs you anything. Couple of screws, and for well under $5. It's going to be hard to knock it, because I proved it myself, and I'm not lying to you. Nobody's paying me. I don't know these people from Adam, and all 3 bags were actually bought from different. They were all bought from Tractor Supply, but all different brands. So nobody's paying me to say this, but that stove right there has burnt well over 120 pounds of wood so far. So if you're thinking about building one of these and you've kind of held off because everybody's telling you they're not going to last, well, I have proof right here. It does last. They works great. I love mine. If and when this one fails, I will build another one just like it. So thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good night. Just kick it around.